So what I wanted to start with, you've just flown in, I think, in the last 20 minutes. You live a pretty hectic lifestyle. But you've said that the only true currency is time. Can you give a sense to the people in this room who are scheduled within an inch of their lives, sort of how what is a day in the life of Elon Musk? What does that look like?
Well, my days are very long and complicated, as you might imagine.
Yeah.
And there's a great deal of context switching. So there's a meme I like called relating to Doom, where it's like, fear is not the mind killer, context switching is. So switching context is quite painful, but I do generally try to divide companies so it's predominantly one company on one day. So today is a Tesla day, for example. Although I might end up at Twitter late tonight, and then tomorrow would be partly a Tesla day as well, but sort of half Twitter, and then Thursday would be sort of a half SpaceX, half Tesla day. But these things are somewhat intertwined. So the time management is extremely difficult. And this is going to sound pretty strange, but I only have one part-time assistant.
How many days a week is that? The part-time?
I mean, I suppose the hours she works, it would technically be full-time, but it's not. I do most of the scheduling myself. And the reason I do that is because it's impossible for someone else to know what the priorities are. And since the most valuable thing I have is time, I schedule it myself, for the most part.
So if you come into Tesla today, do you have a series of meetings set up?
Yeah.
Or do you come in with something on your mind and you go in and see people? I mean, how structured is this? Or if you show up at Twitter, in terms of the people working for you, how do they handle that?
Yeah, so today I have several hours of scheduled meetings at Twitter. So there are a number of things that operate on a weekly cadence. And so those meetings are already set up. And then I have supplemental meetings at the end of the day. But to be clear, I won't be going to sleep until probably 2 a.m. or something like that. I'll be working almost the entire time.
And if you're scheduling this yourself, is AI going to be helpful over the next few years to help you do this? Are you going to be using technology to help you manage that?
I guess we'll all be using technology. I don't use a lot of AI myself day to day. I mean, Tesla AI is actually very advanced for real world AI. It's the most advanced real world AI by far. And in fact, if positions were swapped and it was say up to Microsoft and OpenAI to create the best large language model, or if the tasks were swapped, Tesla was given the task of making the most competitive large language model, and Microsoft and OpenAI were tasked with self-driving, Tesla would win. Okay. I don't think people understand the degree of the capability of Tesla's AI system. So while I don't use AI a lot personally, Tesla uses it a tremendous amount.
But we'll get onto that in a second, if that's okay.